Real quick before the video starts, I have a new channel based around green text stories on 4chan, and I'll be uploading videos daily over there. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named Bokicha in the marriage subreddit. The post is titled, "Husband wanted to re-gift the anniversary gift I bought him. My 26-year-old husband and I, who is 31, have been together for almost 5 years and married for 2. Our second anniversary was a few days ago. I put so much effort into his gift. He is a die-hard fan of one football club. He really loves it and buys a lot of merchandise. I was looking for something he does not have and found a 3-dimensional puzzle set of that club stadium. It has 200 pieces and takes 2 to 3 hours to put together. It was expensive as hell, but I knew he would like it, so I ordered it. I even put my mom's address for delivery in case he was at home when it arrived, so he would not spoil the surprise. And I was right. He was as happy as a child when he saw it. He told me he would put it together with his nephew, who is 9 years old and also loves that club. Well, the nephew came today and they were playing with it, talking about the club. Then my husband pulled me aside and asked if he should give it to his nephew because he liked it. I was like, what the hell? I told him, do whatever you want, I do not care. But he could see that I was pissed. He did not re-gift it, but promised the kid that he would get him the same one. But the little guy did not ask for it. He did not even tell us he liked it. After the nephew went home, I told my husband that I put so much effort into his gift when he is a literal nightmare for gifts that I spent so much time finding him something meaningful, and I am really hurt that he even thought about giving it away to anyone. He got defensive and told me that the nephew is a child and would love to have it, and that I am massively overreacting. He also thinks I am emotional because of my pregnancy hormones. I am 10 weeks pregnant with our second child. I do not think I am overreacting because my feelings are really hurt and his actions are disappointing. I told him he could have offered to buy another one in the first place. Am I really overreacting, or is this a bad thing to even think about? Update. First of all, I want to thank you for all the constructive comments. They help me gain a new perspective. Also, to those who called me weird and childish for feeling disrespected, yes, your comments are unpleasant. Now, about the update. We talked this morning calmly. I told him how hurt I was when he dismissed my feelings and blamed my pregnancy hormones for them. I explained how that makes me feel unappreciated and as if he does not care about my feelings, even though I know he does. He apologized, and I know it was genuine. He also admitted that his comment about my hormones was rude and unnecessary. He promised he would be more considerate about my feelings. I apologized for calling him a nightmare and for being passive-aggressive. He told me it was okay and that he was not mad about it. About the gift. Last night he put it together and almost got late to his night shift. He told me he really loves it and did not actually want to re-gift it. Then he told me a bit about his upbringing. His mother often re-gifted things they were given, even those he actually liked, and he hated it. They were not poor, but her policy was, why buy someone a gift when you can re-gift something you received? She gave away his stuff until he moved out. Now he feels guilty when he keeps something, even when he likes it, and he knows why that happens. Now I remember the time when his mom stayed with us to help while I was postpartum. She was actually helpful, but she also tried to give away some of our stuff to others, and I was really upset. Like, what gives you the right to give away my things? I grew up poor, but my parents never pulled that. When we liked something, we kept it. You know those fancy chocolate boxes that get passed around? Well, we ended up eating them. Meanwhile, we do not give gifts to my mother-in-law anymore because we know she is going to re-gift them. We just give her money. I told my husband that we will go shopping for his birthday and he will choose his own gift, just to make sure it is something he likes and will actually use. The stadium puzzle is now displayed with his other football stuff. Edit. Sorry for not mentioning earlier, but he gave his nephew gifts yesterday. He bought him new shoes because he had good grades and also bought new shoes for his little sister, who does not go to school yet. He also gave him some money for his upcoming school trip. So I do not think giving him this puzzle set was necessary, at least not on the same day. Similar Shame said, I grew up with parents like this too, and I went the complete other way. I will accept any gift given to me and will stash it away in my hoard, and I will bite anyone who tries to touch them. Everyone knows not to touch my things. Prancing Red Pony said, how nice, a mother-in-law who wants to look good by giving gifts but is too cheap to buy them, so she steals other people's stuff. To this user, Unquantifiable Life said, I dated a guy like that once. He always wanted to be the hero, but he had very little to offer himself, so he kept offering up other people to help without asking them. This second post was made in the AIO subreddit by a user named Thick Web. The post is titled, My roommate's friends destroyed my stuff while they were drunk. Context: I had been at my boyfriend's place all day when I came home around 9 p.m. to this. Perfume, a plate my grandmother had gotten me for jewelry and stuff, a plant, and a decoration I had were all smashed on the ground. I am really sorry if the screenshots are confusing. They are texts with my two roommates, so I was trying to make them as clear as possible. I did not block out the names of the two guys who did it because it would have just made the whole story really hard to follow if you did not know who did which parts. But I am genuinely just really worked up about this whole thing. I know not that much stuff broke, but I am honestly just really angry about it. Update: I will comment here because this is the most popular comment. I am leaving to file a police report now. I was going to wait a bit longer, but people are telling me that is not a good idea, so my boyfriend is going to drive me there now. I will update whenever I can. Update 2. Hello everyone, I filed the police report a few hours ago and the police said that they would go and talk to all three of them. I had to wait a while before they had any information for me, so that is why it has been a while. Basically, Chelsea gave the police a completely different story from the one she gave me. She said that everything she told me was true apart from the stuff about the perfume. Apparently, Daniel did pick up the perfume and started banging it against the wall, but he did not break it. He was not able to break it, so he handed it to Chelsea and asked her to break it instead, and she did. They spoke to the two guys, and Connor said that Chelsea was the one encouraging them to break my stuff. Apparently, she even told them to break my laptop, but they did not do it. He said that he did get up and go into my room, and Chelsea said to him while he was going in, "Don't touch anything in there," in a really sarcastic tone, and he took that as a challenge, I guess. Daniel also gave them the same story, that she was the one encouraging them to break my stuff, and because they were drunk, they just did it. I hope that is everything, and I did not forget any parts. They said they will do a follow-up with Chelsea because her story does not match Daniel's or Connor's story, and once they have followed up with her, they will let me know. I asked the police if they have any idea what they could be charged with, and they said possibly criminal trespass, a misdemeanor for the property damage. They would have to pay me back for everything, and possibly community service. I plan to talk to the housing department as well about her destroying the stuff in my room and showing the damage. Hopefully something is done about that. Update 3, I will just leave whatever updates I have here. Thank you a lot for the advice and support I have been getting. As I said, I am not very familiar with legal stuff and your comments helped a lot, so I appreciate it. I have some updates and this will probably be long. The police told me that they were going to have to recall Chelsea since her story did not match up with the two guys. While they were doing that, I went back into our apartment to see if there was any more damage or evidence I could use to help get Chelsea evicted, as I was planning on going to the housing department. When I got back to my room, I noticed the wall was damaged. As I said, Daniel and Chelsea both hit my perfume bottle off the wall repeatedly to try and break it, and while they were doing this, they damaged the wall in the process. The paint is chipping off, and there are noticeable dents. I took multiple pictures of it. Unfortunately, the housing department was not as helpful as I hoped they would be. I showed them the police report and all the texts and pictures. They basically just said, "We will look into it," and they took my phone number. Not much else was said about it, but I am just going to keep pushing them about it until something happens. Eventually, the police did get back to me. They said that Chelsea basically admitted everything and that she was encouraging the guys to go into my room and break my stuff, but she did not plan for it to get that bad, and that she feels sorry about it, and that she just broke the perfume because she got caught up in the moment and I did not realize she was doing something wrong. She also blamed it on them being drunk. While we're on the topic of the drinking, they informed me that Chelsea is going to be charged with underage drinking also. Chelsea and I are both 20 years old and Daniel and Connor are 21, so they will not get charged for it. At the moment, she is looking at being charged with criminal trespass, destruction of property, intent to cause harm, and underage drinking. Connor is looking at being charged with all of those except the underage drinking. Daniel is only likely being charged with criminal trespass and intent to cause harm because even though he attempted to break my perfume, it was not actually him who did it. This could all be subject to change, but this is just what the police told me is likely to happen. They will have to pay me back for the damages caused and are also looking at community service. This is everything I can remember right now. More stuff might come up, but at the moment I am going to try and keep pushing the whole situation with the housing management. Final update. I got in touch with the Dean of Students, which many people told me to do since the housing department probably would not be helpful, so thank you for that. He organized a meeting with me. I took a copy of the police report to him and showed him all of the pictures and videos I had taken of my stuff and the damaged wall. Long story short, he said that this type of behavior is unacceptable and that he reprimands every individual who thinks it was okay to do this. He asked me if he could make copies of the photos I had, which I obviously allowed him to do. He told me he was going to call Chelsea for a meeting where they could address the damages she caused, the underage drinking in the building, and he basically confirmed he was going to evict her and have her pay for the wall damage. He then got into the more psychological side of things and asked me if Chelsea had ever made me feel unsafe before this incident happened. I told him the truth, that she had not made me feel unsafe, but the energy around her has always been uncomfortable. Chelsea and I have just never gelled as people. She is very loud and extroverted, and I am the complete opposite, so we just never gelled, but it was never anything personal to me. Those are, once again, really the only updates I have. The progress with the actual case against the three of them will take a bit longer, but there has at least been progress with the living situation. I am still with my boyfriend and I am safe. Thank you sincerely again to everyone who has reached out and given me advice. The past few days have been draining, so I really appreciate the kind words. Damp Blanket said, I have been drunk plenty of times and not once have I gone on a rampage to break things, nor have I done things simply because someone else suggested it. Genuine toddlers. Secret Joy said, dorm life was an absolute hellscape when I was in college. I definitely do not miss that at all. Props to the dean though for taking it seriously. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, GamerSupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.